VNM is very cool company for high-end sim gear with reasonable prices, and their sequential shifter and pedals I've checked previously were very impressive in terms of feeling and top build quality, but their first Direct Drive Extreme version is trying to shake the Simucube Ultimate with some insane specs and numbers. I'm driving this monster the last few days on my test rig and going back and forth between my main setup, in which I run the Simucube Ultimate for almost 2 years, and most of you know is one of my favorite bases on the market. It doesn't take long to see the advantages of the VNM Extreme. The insane specs with the 23-bit absolute encoder and 8 million plus count per revolution, which is double from the 22-bit Simucube 2 Pro with the 4 million CPR and half from the 24-bit 16 million Simucube 2 Ultimate, but still 32 Nm peak torque. Sounds very impressive tech, but what I care is not numbers. What I care is how it feels in action, and oh boy, this thing is alive. Going back and forth on iRacing, even with the new 360Hz force feedback support for the Simucube Ultimate, with few tweaks I managed to make the VNM battery smooth without losing any raw details, and definitely feel every anomaly and curb on the track with the 60Hz outdated iRacing feedback. The software filters are simple to understand, and the smoothness filter makes the signal battery smooth without killing any effects. With the 35% power at around 12 to 14 Nm, it feels very responsive and more alive than the Ultimate and the R21. If I have to put numbers to give perspective, I would say at least 20 to 25% more road effects in the same smoothness, which is actually a lot. I don't know which of the specs make it feel better, but at the same limits of 12 to 14 Nm and level of smoothness gives way more. Just driving around with my Palm, you can see the quality and the responsiveness of the feedback. Absolute joy. I was also able to put just a bit of friction without losing responsiveness and details, but totally get rid from any oscillation. Not big fan of those filters, but they are almost unnoticeable, and at the same time they totally get rid of those nasty isolations. That being said, this is not yet a review, but just first impressions going around different sims, and next one is the ACC, in which the gap in terms of feeling extend even further. With the 400Hz force feedback even turning the smoothness filter completely off, the experience is insanely smooth without killing any of the raw details. I don't remember if I tested a lot the ACC with the Simucube 2 Ultimate, but this definitely feels smoother and more alive than my Simucube 2 Pro, and at least 50% more alive than my Simucube Ultimate. I have to admit, to get raw details close to this, I have to sacrifice smoothness from the other bases I have around, and with this one is absolutely smooth without any filtering. I'm not the biggest ACC fan, but first time I can truly appreciate the force feedback of this sim. Gain grip, lose grip, loading the tires, auto correction, just amazing experience. This is the sim with the most noticeable difference I felt, and in terms of details with the same smooth level, I have to say it's like 30 to 40% more alive, which makes sense as on iRacing the Simucube Ultimate have that 360Hz frequency support. I can only imagine how that 360 support will apply to the VNM base. Next one is Automobilista 2, which can also get away with less filters and be smooth and responsive. Same results here. And of course I give it a quick test with max power and the 32 Nm start driving me instead. Crazy stuff for sure. 3 years of software and hardware development definitely pays off. There are also some cool features like that slip ring, which can support through USB not just the VNM steering wheels but any USB wheels on the market, and the quick release and shaft adapter are massive. That wheel is also Simucube compatible and quite solid for the price. Just give me a few weeks to properly test every possible feature and game before I make the reviews and explain the software. For now I can definitely say from those few tests the force feedback is very impressive, and in the next few days I will attach it to my main rig and start testing all my favorite titles. The competition on the market is absolutely insane, and this base is candidate to be the best for the price right now, and that is not overstatement at all. Stay tuned guys, some exciting times ahead.